Most people wait for January 1st to start yoga, but what if it's not about a fresh start and it's just the most socially acceptable form of procrastination we have? After helping hundreds of overwhelmed minds finally find clarity through yoga, I discovered that the people who actually transform the fastest are the ones who start right in the middle of the chaos of their lives, not when the timing is perfectly right. Look, I get it. Maybe you've been telling yourself that you'll start when things are a little bit calmer, after the holidays, when you have more time and energy, when your schedule kind of, goes back to normal. But here's what I've seen time and time again. The magical moment on January 1st where you'll suddenly have the house to yourself, or you'll have a clear schedule, or you'll feel this right feeling about starting yoga. Unfortunately, that moment doesn't quite arrive, because if it did, and then you would have already experienced it by now. But if you're like me and you've experienced a stressful, busy life and you feel stiff right now, nothing massive is going to shift in the next 2 weeks. I'm 𝗠liche𝗿𝗲, but you can call me Sushi, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you why starting yoga right now, in the middle of December, inside your messy, imperfect life, is the only way that it's actually going to work next year. I've been teaching full time for a decade now, and I've helped hundreds of students go through the same exact sequence, and I've helped them kind of quiet their racing thoughts through a self-sustaining Ashtanga yoga practice. And I can tell you this for free: yoga isn't something that you get at the finish line because you've handled all the chaos of your life. It's actually the tool that you use to handle or deal with the chaos itself. And that's exactly why I designed the Yoga Mastery program for people like you, where it's not about finding 2 hours in the morning to perfect your morning routine and meditate and run and do all these different things. It's about having the tools to actually regulate your nervous system and shift your state within a couple of minutes. And it's even amidst the family drama, even amidst the work deadlines, and even amidst the holiday overwhelm. So before we talk about solutions and before we get too excited, let's dig into the real reason why you've been delaying until January 1st, because hopefully by the end of this, you'll understand what's actually holding you back. And that awareness alone, I promise you, it's going to change everything. So let's dive right in. Yoga classes around the world, mine included, in December are basically empty. And it's because, as you can imagine, you probably hold the same belief. It's that let's just do it in the next year. You've written off 2025 and you just want to wait till the new year. And we tell ourselves, oh, I'll start when things are back to normal after the holidays. Or my personal favorite is this one. It's I'll begin when I have more energy and when my kids are back in school and I can settle back into my routine. And because I hear this so many times, it's almost like I almost ask myself silently, how are you so convinced that on January 1st, this calm, flexible version of you that's completely in control and that has her life together will somehow magically emerge just because you wrote down a few New Year's resolutions? So why not just start right now in the middle of December inside your chaotic, messy, imperfect life? And if you believe that you need to fix your whole life before you can start yoga, it's almost like you've totally misunderstood what yoga even is. Yoga isn't some finish line that you kind of get to when you've served your in-laws, when you've taken care of your kids, when you've overextended yourself at work and you're super burnt out, and then you give yourself this kind of, ticket to just say, okay, you're allowed 30 minutes to breathe. Yoga is a building block. It's the thing that you actually put first. It's the cornerstone. It's the tool that you actually use to handle all the chaos, and not a prize that you get after you've dealt with all the things in your life. So if you feel personally attacked right now, I think the algorithm sent this video to you for a reason. And if you find yourself clutching to your excuses, being like, stop it, then just hear me out, because I'm going to give you a simple exercise with 2 simple questions that might be able to identify what's actually happening underneath this top level, oh yeah, it's not the right time, I'll just start next year excuse. Because frankly, I totally understand the thought of adding one more thing when you're already overwhelmed, when you already have so many things to do with holiday plans and family things. I know it can only make you more anxious. And if you're still listening, I'm proud of you, because you didn't click away, because you believe that if you add just one more thing, it's almost like your life is going to implode. But you don't need to be less busy to start yoga. In fact, the way that I've designed the Yoga Mastery program, it's that it's a solution for that busyness. It's not that you need to be like unbusy and then you can do yoga. It's about having the tools to actually regulate yourself in the morning and shift your state. If you can go into a room, close the door, do something for 30 minutes and come out a calmer person, even amidst the family chaos, then I know that, this kind of thing works, because you might not always have the time for a 60-minute session, and that's how I've designed it, and that's how it should be done, because yoga is a tool that's always accessible to you, and it doesn't have to look one way. Because sometimes we don't even question our beliefs around something, and we just end up operating from conclusions that we've derived, because obviously our brains are on energy saver mode, especially at this time of the year with planning and organizing and going on trips and doing all of these things. The people pleasing itself can be such an energy intensive activity that all your decisions that are like good for you, things that actually serve your health and wellness, kind of get put into the back burner, and we just focus on the immediate things. So bear with me, because by the end of this exercise, you may not end up signing up for my program or even rolling out your mat tomorrow, but understanding the real reason will greatly reduce this silent battle that you've been fighting, because you know that you should start, you know that the next year is coming around, but you also haven't really been able to know what to do or what to join, and you know that you want to do the right research before you actually dive into a commitment that might last a whole year. So let's imagine, just for a second, 3 to 6 months from now, you're either like in June or just even like February, March, and you're back to your routine, you're back at work, the kids are back at school, whatever it is, and you've put all of those major fires out and you're back to normal, and somehow it should be, in your mind's eye, the perfect time. So close your eyes and just take a moment and visualize it, yeah? Now, I want you to, from this place, list down everything else that might be holding you back from making this investment in your health, in your wellness, in yourself. And really don't hold back. Nobody's watching. I'm not here to judge you. Just really take out your phone and do this right now. Pause this video and do it right now. Awesome. I hope you paused the video, because maybe you think that you won't be able to continue paying for the classes. Maybe you're doubting whether a physical asana practice is actually going to help you get to that state of mental calm. Or maybe given your current health conditions, given that you're a little bit older, starting Ashtanga at this age might not be the right choice. And all of these doubts, they are completely valid. They are completely those are your concerns, right? It doesn't matter. The point is to go from that surface level of it's not the right time right now into the real reason. And I hope you did this with this almost like, detective kind of mindset where you wanted to dig to the root of the issue. And if you haven't done that, you can always do that again, maybe tomorrow morning or right after you finish watching this video, because that's where it is, the real doubt, that deeper, unexpressed revelation of why you haven't been able to really commit to yoga this year. And that's what's going to stop you from committing to yoga next year as well. So it's important that before we go into the new year, we actually investigate. If everything was perfect, what is the thing that's actually holding me back? And it could be a number of things, it could be just one thing, but it's nice to go to the root of it, the one thing that then bleeds into the other things. And with a practice that's specifically designed to bring mental stillness into your life and work for overwhelmed minds, waiting for the right time is like saying, okay, I'm going to wait for the house to clean itself. The house is not going to clean itself. You've got to actually create the circumstances, remove the things, and then actually feel like, you live in a clean house. And the right time is actually created by having the right tools to handle all of that overwhelm. And it's better that you know the reason this year, and then even if you want to start acting on it only next year, you actually know the true reason, not just the reason that you've been telling yourself. Now, the next question, and I promised you it's only 2 questions and it's going to take you under 2 minutes. The second question is to write down, what is it really costing me this week, right now, in this point in my life, to continue with an overwhelmed mind, to continue the way that I've been operating? What is it actually costing me? Take a moment, pause the video right now, and come back to me when you've written the answer to what is it really costing you right now to continue with this kind of overwhelmed mind. Awesome. So I hope you paused the video, you actually did the exercise, but maybe you found that the true cost is that you're not as productive at work, you're unable to meet your targets, maybe you're constantly on edge around your family and you're ashamed every single time you snap. whatever those consequences of you having an overwhelmed mind are, I hope you got them down and in such an honest, raw way that nobody's going to judge you. You just know what it actually is. And if it sounds like this is the thing that you need more than anything, but you're too overwhelmed to be decisive and just say, okay, I'm ready to start right now. Listen, we don't have to find like 2 hours in the morning tomorrow for this perfect morning routine and get started with all of this, fancy stuff where you're doing like crow and headstand and all this stuff. You just need to give yourself the confidence and kind of the reassurance that you're doing everything you can to move in the direction of your health and wellness. And if you aren't doing that right now, or you've fallen off the bandwagon in the last 1, 2, 3 weeks, that's totally fine. All you need to do is give yourself that confidence and show yourself that you're doing something small every single day, especially during this time. That's all you need to show yourself. And because if you've done that, if you've questioned and answered those 2 questions that I asked you, then you've already done the hardest part. You've questioned your beliefs and you've developed almost like this intellectual conviction, and that intellectual conviction is what will ride you through the next year. And that's exactly what you need to do this year to feel a little bit calmer around knowing what to do and where to go and how to find your teacher. So that's really all I have for you today. And if you've watched this far, you're probably thinking, okay, Sushi, I get it. All of this is this long spiel. Now just tell me where to begin, because maybe you have a solution. The link is in the description below. It's literally just a video of me explaining a little bit more about the Yoga Mastery Program, how it works and how it might solve this problem for you. But whether you have like an overwhelmed mind, you're just feeling stiff in your body, or you don't know how to practice Ashtanga on your own at home and you don't have 2 hours in the morning for a perfect practice, all of those reasons are good reasons to just watch that video. And if it resonates with you, I'm going to encourage you to set up a call with me so we can chat one-on-one. And I'm going to talk about just understand your unique situation and try and see if you might be a good fit. But the thing is, you really don't have to click, even if you feel like, whatever, this random chick on the internet is telling me some advice about starting yoga. All you need to know is that you understand what's actually holding you back, and you know the real reason you've been delaying, and that in itself is at least you're questioning, at least you're thinking about your beliefs, and you're not waiting for the perfect time. You're doing something about it right here, right now. And if this video helped you shift your perspective even a little bit, then do me a favor and send this to a friend, maybe even subscribe to my YouTube channel, or pop a comment below telling me what is the one thing, what is the real reason you've been delaying, putting off starting yoga this whole year. And let me know, because I love to hear about your experiences. And if you have any video requests for me, I'm happy to also make some videos for you. Just remember that you don't have to wait for January 1st to build a sustainable yoga practice. You can actually do this in the middle of your chaotic, busy life, and you don't have to have your whole life together to start yoga. Yoga is the thing that actually gets you to that place where you can feel like the rest of your life is together. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.